Hi guys, I'm Jim and welcome to Six String Studies. Today we're looking at Fire by Jimi Hendrix. We're going to be doing the intro, which is the octave section, the verse, the chorus, the bridge and the solo. So if you find the video informative, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get to the lesson. So let's just run it through. I'm going to start with this octave pattern. So I'm starting with my first finger on the 11th fret of the A string and my third finger on the 13th fret of the G string. Everything else is dead. The first finger is curving in such a way that we mute everything else. So we should have just the A string and the G string being sounded. That's all. We strike that, and then we immediately go back one fret and slide out. Okay, so we're aiming for a clean delivery on these octave patterns. Then we put the same octave shape on the 8th fret of the A and the 10th fret of the G, strike that, and move forward 2 frets. So let's recap. All we do now is move this octave shape up a string. So we're on the 10th fret of the E and the 12th fret of the D. Play it twice. So we have. Do all that again. Your verse is simply this. We're going to start with our third finger on the 12th fret of the A. Play the 10th fret of the D. The 12th fret of the D as well, twice. So we have. That is going to happen 6 times. Etc. Okay, now when you're going into the chorus, you're going to do this move. It's the same fingering, fingers 1 and 3. We're going to slide into that 12A, go to the 10th fret of the D string, play it 3 times, so we have. And then we're going to do a similar move, sliding from 12 to the 14th fret of the A string, play the 12 on the D, then we have a pull off from 14D to 12D, and then we finish by playing the 14th fret of the A. So that's going to be. It's just pretty fast, that's all. Into your chorus. Now this uses, it's just a D chord really, but we're not doing it like the standard bar chord shape here. We're going to do it the Hendrix style. So if you remember ever playing a small F, right back down here, we're going to do the same shape. So we're playing the third finger on the 12th fret of the D, the third finger is on the 11G, and the first finger is barring the 9th fret of the B and the top E, so we have. But we're also going to be playing the root note here, D, on the 10th fret of the low E string, and we're going to be muting the A string with our third finger here, and also the thumb is wrapping across that. So we have. That's how Jimi Hendrix did basically his bar chords, so his major bar chords. So we have. And this is why he did that. It gives us the opportunity to use our little finger to move in and out of strings. So we're going to go. We're adding that middle finger to the 12th fret of the E there. We come down 2 frets, the same chord shape. That is a C major chord. So we've got D. Now that's sliding from the 10th fret with our third finger on the A string to 12. Play the 10 on the D string. Do a pull off from 12 to 10 on the same D string. And then back to 12A. So we have so far. We do the same D major chord, and the C. Now we're going to move this idea that we just did, the little run there. We're going to move it up 2 frets, starting on the 12th fret now of the A, slide to 14, 12 on the D, pull up from 14D to 12D, and then back to that 12A. So far we have. Alright, now look at the move here, because we're always going to be playing this root note, the D there, before we hit the rest of the chord, and it's a good way of getting your hand into position. So we have. There it is, we lay it down. The rest of the chord forms around it. Do the same thing again. Grab that low 10th fret there on the E string, the note D, and add the chord on top. So a little more up to speed now. And that's how we finish the chorus, by going straight into the verse. Now you'll notice sometimes I'm sliding in, sometimes I'm just playing the 12. So sometimes it's 10 to 12 slide, sometimes it's just we don't do the slide. They kind of interchanged throughout the song, so have a listen to the song. I prefer to do a lot of slides, I just like doing that. Alright, into verse 2, which is exactly the same as verse 1, and chorus 2 is exactly the same as chorus 1. Okay, so let's look at the bridge section now. This is probably the easiest section of the song. We're going to start with this D major chord as we had in our chorus. We're just going to strike it. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 2 frets to C. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to A. So we're using our first finger on the 5th fret of the E and the B. Second finger on the 6G, third finger on the 7D, and again we're playing the root note on the 5th fret here with our thumb. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back up to C. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to lead to the solo. So let's look at what's going on there. We have a bend on the 15th fret here. So we're going to bend the 15th fret, bend it again and release. So, and then we play the 12th fret of the G with vibrato. The next time we do something very similar. We're going to bend up again, down to the 15, so 12 on the B, and then bend the 14th fret of the G, again with vibrato, so we have. The next time we're going to do something similar again. It's just less work. We're going to bend again, and release, and then bend that 14th fret of the G a whole step. And your last one is. So we're going to bend up, repick and bend down, 2 bends on the 14th fret of the G now, and then end on the 12 of the same G string with vibrato. So we have. and then we start on the octave pattern for our next verse. There you go. So there you go, guys. Fire by Jimi Hendrix. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.